Hello, my name is Christina Fridley Whitworth, and welcome to my capstone proposal presentation for MDS 492. The project that I'm choosing for my MDS capstone project is to write a children's book. How might I do this since I've not written a children's book before? Well, it will not be an easy project, that's for sure, but this is a project that I've wanted to tackle for the past few years and have just been waiting for the right time and motivation to begin. And this capstone class is the perfect opportunity to make this dream become a reality. I think a lot of children are difficult when it comes to food, and I believe this is something that parents deal with daily. And there are books for picky eaters, but this book is different. It's not about eating healthy. It's about baking and how a variety of ingredients can come together to make something delicious. A lot of kids do not realize that the different ingredients that are needed for baking. If they see you adding things together, they make up their mind they don't like it without even trying it. But if you give them the finished product, like a cookie, then they are more than happy to try it. The problem is that a lot of families do not bake together, and that is the main reason I feel this book is so important. I hope it will inspire more families to spend time in the kitchen, as well as inspire kids to try new foods and ingredients. The children's book I plan to write is called I Don't Like Butter. I believe this project to be necessary because it will be a fun and entertaining story for parents to enjoy with their children. Reading to kids should be entertaining and something they look forward to. I believe that I can create a story aimed at kids between the ages of 4 to 7 that will engage readers in the wonderful world of baking and help children to see how various ingredients, even some they may not like or have not tried, can come together to make something magical and delicious. The biggest benefit of this project is that it will help me to accomplish a goal that I've had for many years, which is to write a children's book based on a comical, true-life experience that I had with one of my own children. I've always enjoyed writing and have shared many stories and poems with my family over the years. This project will allow me to write and share a story with more people than I have ever before. It will challenge me to engage and write for a different audience, but I am up for the challenge and excited to do it. One problem that this book will help solve is it will be an additional tool for parents to use when it comes to children that are not willing to try new foods because they very much dislike the ingredients being used. 6 years ago, I was in the process of making chocolate chip cookies, and my 4-year-old son watched as I gathered all the ingredients. Some of the ingredients were not to his liking, so at one point he decided that whatever I was making, no matter what it was, he would not be eating it. Once the cookies were done baking and they came out of the oven, he quickly changed his mind, now realizing that what he had thought he wouldn't like ended up being something that he thought was a delicious treat. Children will learn in a fun way that it can be beneficial to being open-minded when it comes to ingredients, baking, and trying new foods. I love children and especially enjoy sharing fun books or stories with them. Because I am a mother, an aunt, a PTA volunteer, and a part-time elementary substitute teacher, my life and my community is full of children. So having my own true life fun story to share with them would not only be entertaining, but it would be an ideal way to teach an important lesson. I imagine this book being read out loud to children in their home, in the classroom, and even at the library. I think it will be one that my community will enjoy. As I've already shared this idea with my own kids, they find it hilarious, and that gives me hope that other parents and their children will feel the same way when they read it. During this capstone project class, I will begin researching what is needed to make a great children's book and begin plotting out my story idea and concept. I've read hundreds of children's books over the years, so I have a good idea what is needed, but I know it won't be easy. One thing that I am worried about is making an unnecessary mistake. I found a great article called 5 Terrible, Horrible, Not Good, Very Bad Children's Book Mistakes. The article offers some great tips, such as making sure you have a clear point of view on your story. I will need to do a little more research in this area, but after I research this further, I will take my idea for a story and turn it into a rough draft for my children's book. This will be fun and challenging to put my story into words because, like I previously mentioned, it's from a real-life experience with my child. I might need to add to the plot or embellish some of the details, but I already know the meat of the story. Writing this book will be a solution to my initial problem, which is telling a story in a way that will make kids and parents laugh. Hopefully, it will help kids realize that different food combinations can make new foods, but that baking with your parents is fun as well. I will not need to do surveys or interviews for my children's book, but I do plan to share my story with my family and get feedback and suggestions. I also plan on sharing the book with a group of children, not letting them know that I'm the one that wrote it, to get their honest feedback. This book will give me a voice, and it will allow me to share some wisdom that I have learned in raising my own children with other parents. The result will not only be an entertaining book, but also a lesson learned. After graduation, the value of this project will be to feel accomplished and to know that I did something I've always dreamed of doing. After graduation, I also plan on looking into getting my book published or even possibly self-publishing my book, as well as getting it illustrated. It will hopefully inspire me to keep writing. Who knows, by this time next year, I could not only be a college graduate, but a published author as well. Thank you.